Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Rhonda Farrell, the founder of Cstgia, bringing you week 49 from defense to deliberate design, the rise of cyber intentionality. As we approach the final stretch of this 2025 year, I want to begin with a simple observation. Cybersecurity is no longer struggling to keep up. It's struggling to know what it is optimizing for. For decades, our mission was clear: protect the perimeter, prevent the breach, respond faster than the adversary. That mission still matters, but it's no longer sufficient because today our systems don't just defend, they decide, they prioritize, they act, often faster than humans can intervene, which leads us to the defining question of our week 49. What happens when cybersecurity must move beyond defense and into deliberate design? So, our context for today and the shifts that are reshaping our cyber reality is across sectors and governments. Three forces are converging. First, AI is no longer a tool, it's a participant. AI systems now triage alerts, trigger containment, automate response, and adapt through continuous learning. That means cyber risk is no longer just technical failure, it's decision misalignment at machine speed. Second, quantum timelines are accelerating. Post-quantum risk is no longer theoretical. Trust anchors such as cryptography, identity, integrity are already on the clock 24/7. And third, cybersecurity has become civic infrastructure. When cyber fails today, healthcare is disrupted, elections are questioned, supply chains stall, and public trust erodes. Cyber is no longer just about protecting systems, it's about protecting societal continuity. Yet most organizations still govern cyber as a function when it must now be governed as intentional infrastructure. The core problem is that there is control without coherence. We built an uncomfortable truth by ensuring our cybersecurity architectures control risk, but not necessarily understand consequences. We optimize for alerts, dashboards, compliance, segmented ownership, technical throughput. But modern cyber risks behaves less like a machine and more like a living system. And living systems fail when they are over-automated, under-governed, ethically misaligned, and socially disconnected. This is not a tooling failure. It is ultimately a design failure. So the question cybersecurity must now answer is not how do we stop the next attack, but rather what outcomes are we intentionally designing for and who bears the consequences? So let's introduce the concept of cyber intentionality. This brings us to the unrealized opportunity that includes. Cyber intentionality is the deliberate alignment of technology, governance, ethics, human judgment, and societal impact. It represents a shift from reaction to foresight, from prevention to purpose, from control to stewardship, from tools to architecture. Intentional cyber system knows when it's not time to act autonomously. It can escalate ambiguity instead of hiding it. It can preserve human dignity alongside data, and it can maintain trust even under pressure. They don't just defend systems, they behave in alignment with values. So the framework we must look at is the 5 pillars that make up cyber intentionality. This will allow us to bring structure to this concept for implementation and operationalization purposes. So pillar 1 is intent-aware governance. Governance cannot move at human paperwork speed in machine time systems. Intent-aware governance means continuous oversight, not annual reviews, clear rules for when automation must pause, humans retained as ethical arbiters. The goal is not restriction, it's alignment under pressure. Pillar 2, explainability as infrastructure. Any system that cannot explain why it acted should not be entrusted with autonomous authority. Explainability is no longer a bonus feature. It is a prerequisite for legitimacy, auditability, and trust. Opaque systems erode resilience even when they perform well. Pillar 3, trust continuity design. Post-quantum transition is not just cryptographic, it's relational. Trust must survive technology shifts, vendor changes, regulatory evolution, and geopolitical disruption. This requires trust continuity planning, not just point-in-time upgrades. Pillar 4, human-machine role clarity. AI should optimize, detect, and recommend. Humans should contextualize, evaluate consequences, and decide. When authority blurs, risk multiplies. So role clarity is not resistance to AI. It is how AI becomes usable at scale. Pillar 5, ethical foresight loops. Organizations must institutionalize moments to ask, should this system act? Who absorbs unintended harm? What signal does this decision send to citizens, customers, or employees? Ethics cannot be a post-incident conversation. It must be embedded into operational cadence. Now we move to leadership shifts from protectors to architects. Here's the leadership transition that is currently underway. Tomorrow's cyber leaders will not be remembered for how many attacks they blocked, but for how responsibly their systems behaved under uncertainty. This is a shift from cybersecurity as defense to cybersecurity as deliberate design. Architects think beyond threats. They design for ambiguity, continuity, and consequence. So in reflection of week 49 of Cstgia 2025 and bringing it home for all of you here today, I need you to ask yourself and your organizations honestly, where are the systems in my organization acting faster than our governance? Which cyber outcomes lack clear human accountability? Where has automation perhaps replaced judgment instead of augmenting it? And what values are silently embedded in our security architecture? These answers reveal our true cyber maturity. So our challenge for week 49 is to do these things. Identify one cyber workflow. Ask yourself, what is it optimizing for and what is it ignoring? And introduce one intentional decision checkpoint, not to slow the systems, but to align it. In closing, the future is worth securing. We are no longer just defending our infrastructure. We are defending meaning, trust, and legitimacy. The future of cybersecurity will not be won by tools alone, speed alone, or automation alone. It will be won by leaders who design the systems that act with clarity, restraint, integrity, and foresight. The most secure systems of the future will not be the hardest to break. They will rather be the hardest to misuse. This is cyber intentionality, and that is the work of this decade. And this is the invitation of that moment. Thank you. We look forward to continuing to serve you for throughout 2025. We wish you happy holidays, and we look forward to joining you again next week.